Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Interesting Modeling Company Sunday service, JMQs. I can't remember which one we're going with tonight, but it's going to be a short one. It's the cold weather. And but we are going to, I thought we'd do a live tonight anyway and talk about an upcoming project that we're going to run. And okay. Anyway, but by all means, do ping your questions in and everything. And we've just had the feed's just gone a bit funny, so just bear with me a second. Oh, unbelievable. Incroyable. Unbelievable. Let's try that again, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Let's try again. The feed just suddenly went down for a second. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is just going to give you a kind of quick preview tonight of a forthcoming thing that we are looking at doing, and then hopefully getting you all involved as well. We're going to try and keep this one relatively simple. Shall I kind of like prolong the suspense, or shall I just go straight in to what we're going to do? Right. Okay. I think we shall jump straight in and show you what it is we are thinking of doing. And it is this. Ready? No. The Italeri 1 hour Kugelwagen challenge. Now, this isn't necessarily painting it, kind of like painting the whole thing and getting it finished, but it's essentially a challenge to show how ridiculously simple this Italeri Kugelwagen is to put together. I can't promise that we'll do all the accessories that go with it, like the tent and the soldiers and everything, but we'll do as much as we can. But essentially what we're going to do is we are going to build the Kugelwagen in an hour, or as close to an hour as is permissible, and anything else with it. And then we'll carry that project on, on subsequent shows in the background, but we will get this thing built. This is primarily born out of the fact that a gazillion years ago, it's about 40 odd years ago now, I had this kit. Now, I actually had a Revel Italiari boxing. I've actually got a boxing of this, but I don't think we're going to go retro. We'll do one of the more recent boxings anyway. And I had a boxing of this, and I remember building it in about an hour. And I remember thinking, well, that was a bit silly. I should have spent a bit longer on it. Anyway, going back about 10 years ago, I picked up a Italeri Kugelwagen, and I was sat down and I started building it, and I thought, right, well, I'm not going to do what I did 30 years previously. I'm going to take my time and actually savor the experience and enjoy myself. And what do you know? It's built. It just goes together ridiculously easily. And I'm still kind of I'm still sort of in that kind of world of trying to think, well, how did it go together that quickly? And and in the end, I thought, no, I really do need to go back and build it again, but build it again live on the internets and show you good people what is involved in this kit. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to paint it in one go, but we are going to actually build the thing. But this is kind of like an instruction thing from one of the more recent boxings. And as you can see from the sprues, that's it. There's probably more bits involved with the crew figures and the tent than there is in actually building the vehicle. Terrific kit, by the way. It's really good fun. So if we just have a quick look through the instructions, there's the building up the shell, my girl, and then closing it all off and everything. And then there is building the chassis and the wheels and everything. And then finally, the last few bits is the details, the horn, wing mirrors, lights, camera, action, and that's it. Would you believe? I mean, that is literally the sum total of the kit. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that looks rubbish. Actually, the kit is it's still a really, really good kit, and it's nicely detailed. So that's the scope of the challenge. We'll probably go a bit farther, and do the accessories, including the tent and maybe also the figures as well. Perhaps finish it off as a completed vignette. But excuse me while I have a sip of Ursat's coffee, which is rather apt. There are two figures in the kit. I'll be honest with you, they're not the best. They're not brilliant, but I think sometimes it's quite fun to work with what you have in front of you. And that's it. I mean, it's ridiculously simple to put together. It's quite cheap, and I thought what I would do was just kind of do an online demo to kind of say, well, there it is. This is the Italeri kit. Look, we built it. That's it. Done. I thought it'd be fun if other people would like to join in with the Italeri kit and either join in when we're doing the build or do it at their own pace. So I'm going to throw it out to you people. Do you want me to do you want me to delay the build until as many of you as possible have got hold of a copy of the kit? Or do you want me to crack on with it on Wednesday and then you can all join in at your own pace? I think it'd be fun to build something where we're all actually building it at the same time. So that's essentially what the plan is. So, Italeri 35th scale Kugelwagen. I'm not joking when I say this is the perfect palette cleanser and almost like a modeling enema to really clear the system out and actually build something from nuts to soup almost in the space of a single session. Now, I say going back 40 odd years, I know it's scary that going back 40 odd years, I remember thinking to myself, this is stupid. How did I manage to build that so quickly? But 30 years later, built it again, and it just It builds itself, essentially. So I thought, right, we'll do it again. We'll do it a third time, lucky, but we'll do it live on the internet. So you can all watch and follow. And actually, what do you think? Do you think we should time this so that you can all join in if you wish? And um, so, I mean, yeah, right, here we go. Let's just crack on with some of the comments here. Crazy Locust says, what kind of project? Well, it's just building the Italeri Kugelwagen in 35th scale. Jim Aldercott says, I have the latest Tamiya kit. Can I join in and build along with you? Well, yeah, you can. I mean, I think it would be fun if everybody has pretty much the same kit, but no, that's fine. See, Simon Lewis says, mine's almost finished. Does that count? Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does, because we'll be going on to paint it and weather it at another stage anyway. So I'm just having a look to see what other comments we've got here. 9 says, I've spent all day decaling my 1976 Matchbox 109, not using the original decals, I might add. No, I did that as well. I did the Matchbox 109 and used the decals out of the Airfix kit. And I'm just having a look to see what the comments are here. Blah, 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 blah. Jim Aldercott says, is this a DAC Kugelwagen? To be honest with you, it's just a Kugelwagen. It's probably not DAC specific, but I think the point is it's all about building something in like a group setting, and then everybody can just join in. So if anybody's having a problem or, whatnot, we can all do it together. But anyway, that's the plan. So if you want, I don't know, I'm waving to, I think that's probably the cat. If people want a bit more time to get hold of an Italeri Kugelwagen, then let me know in the comments and we'll delay it by a week. There's no rush on this anyway. But yeah, we can delay it, and then we can all start at almost the same time. So what do you think? I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun that we all start with the same kit, the actual same kit. And the thing about the Italeri one is it is ridiculously cheap, relatively. It's also stupidly easy to build. So I think we can have a bit of fun with that. Sean Smith says, does it have to be in military colours or can I paint it orange? Sean, you can paint it whatever colour you want, mate. It's the finishing aspect of it is entirely down to the individual modeler. It's all about building, and essentially the same kit. Crazy Loca says, I like the idea of setting a date for us to get a kit and a single 2 to 3 hour episode for us to go to town, I think he means. Honestly, that Italeri Kugelwagen, it really doesn't take that long to build. And I think we could get it constructed in the space of an hour show. I know. This is the thing, is I think to myself, I think back to when I built it when I was 12. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I was rushing it. That was ridiculous. I should have slowed down and savoured the time on it. And then when I built one 10 years ago, it was like, right, I am going to be mature. I'm going to build this nice and slowly. I finished. It was really, really simple. So, yeah, and I think I know we jokingly call it a plastic enema, but honestly, it's one of those kits that it just goes together. It really does go together. And yeah, so that's what we will try and do. So, what do you reckon? If this Wednesday is too soon, then we'll push it back to next Sunday, and then we'll start properly next Sunday. So, what do you think? What do you think, folks? Let me know in the comments here, and I'm just having a look. Yeah, see, Brian Wilton says, "Yep, £8 on Fleabay." It's honestly, I mean, you don't need to go to town on it. Just build it, build the thing, build the thing. Jeff Baker says, yes, sorry. He says, watch Battle Beneath the Earth last weekend, and they used bright yellow ones. Oh, that film is great. I mean, it's terrible. Kerwin Matthews, Ed Bishop, lots of English actors wearing quite disturbing kind of like Chinese makeup, I think is the best way of putting it. But yeah, terrible film. Great fun as well, though. I'm just having a look at the comments. I mean, look, folks, if you want us to, we can put it back for another week or so. Crazy Locust says, has to be 2 hours for everyone to show up saying hello to everyone. The requisite bear with. Mm-hmm. And as JM fights with his camera, well, I'll get it all set up. Don't worry. Brian Wilton says next Sunday. Sean Smith says, sounds like a lot of fun. Dave Fleming pouring, scorn on the Easter eggs here. He says, delivery by next week might be tight with Easter and whatnot. Okay. Look, let's try and let's have a quick look at the old calendar here. Where's my calendar? Oh, there it is. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, for goodness sake, come on. Bear with. Can't even call me calendar up here. Right, let's have a look. Because next Wednesday is the... Oh, blimey. There we go. Right, next Wednesday is going to be so this Wednesday is the 5th. So how does Wednesday the 12th of... How's Wednesday the 12th of April sound to everybody? Is that giving everybody more than enough time to get a kit, get yourself settled, and get going with it? Because honestly, it's not going to... It's the whole point of this exercise is that it is just ridiculously simple to put together. Right, so Jerry Doyle says, as it's an Easter Sunday, might be a problem for some like myself. Well, I wasn't going to do it on a Sunday. I was going to start it on a midweek. So we're looking at April the 12th. So let's have a think about it. I mean, if people can't get a kit in for that time, then we'll work around it. But I think we should go for April the 12th. And if anybody really is struggling to get hold of a kit, drop me a line. I've probably got about a few. I can always ping one in the post to you in theory, but I don't want this to become the kind of JM becomes the simple route to getting a free kit, but I'm sure we can do something. But yeah, okay. April the 12th, the Kurbelwagen Challenge, or what do we call it? The Kurbelwagen, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, I think I think that's going to be fun, and I think we're all going to have a jolly good time. Oh, for goodness sake. I should have thought of that. Well, good job this poster isn't finished, because that's the Italy 1 hour Kugelwagen challenge. But the challenge should have a K, not a C. So not ignore that starts Wednesday, April the 5th. No, that starts April the 12th. So that's to give all the stragglers a chance to get a kit and get going on it. And that's it. So let's have a look. Matt Whiting. Hello, Matt. He says, sorry, only just joined. Missed the start. What's the group build? Hope you're well, JM. Thanks for that, Matt. This is the idea of the group build, Matt, is the Italy Kugelwagen challenge. And we're going to change that poster so that's got a K, not a C. Starts Wednesday, April the 12th. And so that's it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Nick Brown says Kugelwagen Caper. I like that. Jim Altergott says the Kugelwagen Convention. Sean Smith says just bought one from Arkwright. Arkwright. £12.61. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, Jerry Doyle. He says, can we do a Schwimmwagen? Oh, he's going to have a think about this. Can they do a Schwimmwagen? Yeah, do it. We can always come back and do a Schwimmwagen at a later date, the Schwimmwagen challenge. But like I say, the point is, this is everybody building pretty much the same model so that they can all see the same, the same kit as well, so that they can see how easy it is to go together. Jerry Doyle says live group build. Yeah, live group build. What the heck? So there you go. That's the plan. Dun, dun, dun. That is the plan. So that you all sit, everybody's got their work surfaces ready. They got their knife, they got their scalpels done, everything. They got their cups of tea ready to go. And we literally have like a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we all start building it. And then as and when we start encountering, I don't want to say problems, because I honestly don't think there are any problems with that kit. But as and when we start encountering hiccups and whatever, we can deal with them in real time. Personally, I can't wait to get started on this one, because it's from the last time I built it. It was just ridiculously easy to throw together. And I'll have a word. I can't promise anything, but I'll have a word with the hobby company as well. See what they can do. But yeah, there we go. So for those of you who are late joining the show, and I will be writing to your parents, this is what we're planning to do, and it's now going to be April the 12th, 2023, and it's the Italy 1 hour Kugelwagen challenge. And I'm not kidding. This model can be structurally put together in an hour. So there are no excuses. So get practicing your modeling skills. I tell you what, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. No, it is going to be fun, actually. And there's a good comment there from Jet Scale Models, who says, he says, I would suggest at the end of it, everybody take a decent photo of their project and send it to you. Then you can post it to your webpage. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Jim Waltercott says, can we? And if so, how do we post photos as we build? You should be able to post them up on the IntModCo Facebook page. We'll have a look. We'll look into that. But yeah, it's possible. Also, I wonder if you'll be able to have a live feed of other people join in during the live broadcast to show what they're working on. That's a thought. Yeah, we'll look into that. That's probably going to be a little bit, not technically difficult, but I like to kind of try and keep it as simple on this one. David Mummery says, does the Strand Ra count? No, it's not a Kugelwagen, but a good try. And Jim Altergott says, how about your Gmail? Yeah, you can send your pictures through. You can send them through the Gmail. You can send them via Messenger, but you should be able to put them on the feed, actually live on the feed. So, long story short, you have, what's that? That's that a week. So you got 10 days, pretty much 10 days to get your act together and get an Italeri Kugelwagen. Doesn't have to be a current boxing, but yeah, an Italeri Kugelwagen. No cheating, no preparing parts or getting stuff like that. We're all going to start from the same kind of exam paper. So no peeking at the exam or anything like that. And then what that will enable us to do, and we'll do it kind of like an hour, 90 minutes to see how much of the model we can get done. Honestly, build it in an hour. It's ridiculous. And then we can, as we're going through it, we can also kind of troubleshoot anything that's going on with our anything that's going on with our copies of the kit and stuff like that. So yeah. Jim says not involved with Facebook, thus the question about the Gmail account. Okay. No, you can use Gmail. You can do, or you can if you want to post photos, you can actually post them up on the YouTube, on our YouTube page and whatever. Right. John Connolly says, "Is the Rommel figure? Excuse me. Is the Rommel figure that bad?" We'll show you when we get the kit. Dave Fleming says, do we have to paint it? Not in that session. I think the idea is you can then go away and paint it and weather it in your own time. That will be on your clock. But what we're trying to do is to show people it's really not that difficult to put this kit together. So hopefully that will serve as a bit of inspiration for you all. John Huston says, works late again, but I have a note, sir. See me after the end of the class, Huston. Right, John, if you missed that, we're doing the Italeri Kugelwagen Challenge 35th scale kit. So all grab one. We're going to do that on the 12th of, did I say the 12th? COVID brain fog. I'm sure I said the 12th. Yeah, we're going to start that on Wednesday, the 12th of April, and yeah, we're going to do that. So, how exciting! Oh, I'm actually really looking forward to this now, because it's fun little kit. Yeah, terrific. Yeah, Dave's order from Amazon. 9 Bolt says order from Amazon for delivery on the 11th. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Crazy Loca says the scale makes listing is interesting and modern release is a Revell version. Same plastic though. Yeah, it's It's been released by Revell. I think it's now reverted back to Italeri in their boxes on whatever. Honestly, I mean, look, I'm just gonna quickly go. Bear with me. You know what the saying is, don't you? Bear with, bear with. Excuse me. I mean, I'm just looking here at Scale Model Shop has them for £9.89. Goodness me. Couple of other traders have got them here for £8.99. Amazon, boo, boo. But useful place to get kits. £10.35. It's, yeah, you can get this kit relatively cheap as chips, and it includes, like I say, 2 figures and the tent and the radio and the chair and the desk and everything. So it's an action-packed kind of box of plastic, really. I know some people are going to be asking, do we have to build the figures? You don't have to build the figures. You don't. But if you want to, then by all means. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm just having a look here. The scale, what time on the 12th? 7:30. 7:30 on the 12th of April. And I think some of you, if you've never built this kit before, you will be amazed at how quickly it goes together and how soon you have a little replica of a Kugelwagen for your collection. So how exciting. The thing is, it goes together quicker than the Tamiya 48 scale one. So take your pick. I mean, you can. I would suggest not going overboard with it with aftermarket or anything. Just blinkers off. Build it as nature intended, and I think you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it, yeah. No, I think you'll enjoy it, and it's such a great kit. So that is the plan for Wednesday, the 12th of April, 2023. The Kugelwagen Challenge. I think we will. Shall we do that? Yeah, we will. We'll do the poster Kugelwagen Challenge with a K, and we'll do that for the 12th. So, what can I say? Tremendous fun. Like I say, I'm can't wait to get started on this. Actually, I think that's going to be tremendous fun. And also, I think what we could do at the end of the build, obviously we can then go away and paint and weather them at our leisure, but it might also be fun to look at other kits out there, other Kugelwagen kits out there, because I've got the Hero Models one. God, what else have I got? I've got the Hasegawa kit, which I think is somebody else's tooling. There's the Tamiya kit. There are quite a few little Kugelwagens out there. And just be grateful that I didn't say, actually, we're all going to build the SE 1/9 scale Kugelwagen, because frankly, that's the one I really do want to build, but not at the moment anyway. Right. John Connolly says the Tamiya one is lovely to build. Yep. But I think you'll find the Italeri one is very, very lovely to build. And John Connolly says, just wondering, I just bought a backup compressor and most modelers still using the Chinese compressors. Well, I'm using a Sparmax one, but if you're talking about those kind of like Fender or things like that, yeah, they probably are, and they're not having any problems with it. So, yeah. Just having a look. John Huston says Rubicon 156 scale. Ah, yeah, I've got to say, I wouldn't mind doing a Rubicon one at some stage. Lox9 says there was one released in the last 3 years. What's that? A new Kugelwagen kit in 35th scale. Okay, I'm trying to think who that might be. I'll go and have a look on Scale Mix, but we're going to keep it really, really simple and keep it entirely down to the Italeri 35th scale one, and that's it. You know, rather than people kind of like chasing impossible kits to build and whatever. Herman Hambrush says the Italeri 1/9 Kugelwagen is about 150 Canadian dollars. Yep, not cheap, but it's a beautiful kit, and it is on my radar to build that at some stage. I just need to have the time, the excuse, and the energy, and not be ill, essentially, because I'm still battling this long COVID, and it's very much a battle. It's impacting on my life. It's impacting on my work. I have got to get on top of this long COVID because it is just not fun at all. But anyway, Lox9 says Eschi 1/9 scale re-released by Revell. They did. I've got an Italeri re-release, but anyway. Matt Whiting says, I've got the 2-cylinder style Chinese compressor, but one of the cylinders I think has a worn or stuck piston ring, as it doesn't suck as much as the other. So it still works, but they don't last forever. Sounds like it certainly does suck, Matt. But no, I've got, to be honest with you, and I'll do a talk on my spraying setup at some stage, but about 10 years ago, I invested in a Sparmax compressor, and oh my goodness me, it was the best investment I ever made. It's a beautiful bit of kit. I'm looking at it here at the moment. No good to you, but I'm looking at it here at the moment, and it is so beautifully built. All the fittings are quality, and it's one of those things that as soon as you set it up and everything, it reeks, it drips quality. And I think it was about, oh god, what was it? It was about 150 quid. Not cheap, but worth every penny. And yeah, that was a really smart investment. That was. Yeah, like that. I'm looking at it now. I'm kind of like, my heart skips a beat looking at it here and thinking, I can't wait for it to. Actually, I'm going to take a photograph of it and share it with you because hang about. There she blows. Well, not blows, because I've had compressors do that on me before, but comes in like a casing as well, like an impenetrable casing. But oh my goodness me, I mean, I know it's very easy to kind of like lecture people on investing in their hobby, But something like this is just, can't get it up on the page now. Oh well, there we go. We'll just do that. I've posted it up on the page anyway. But something like that is just, rather spend that money on a decent bit of kit rather than spending it on kits and things. Anyway, Jim Alcott says, "May I humbly suggest a true leave of absence from everything but your job. Rest and recover while getting as much medical assistance in overcoming your symptoms, merely offered as food for thought." Yeah, I've looked into that. It's a catch-22. What I don't want to do is walk away from not projects, but just leave things kind of like, not doing shows and things and whatever, and then suddenly finding it's even more difficult to get on the to get going with it. So we're going to reduce I'm going to reduce my involvement. So we're going to do perhaps one live show a week for the interim whilst I build up my resistance to the resistance is futile, but just build up my resistance again, because it's just not fun kind of battling this at the moment. Anyway, Jet Model says I'm trying to see what they're right. They said they built. Okay, there's part of their sorry, I'm just trying to see part of their post seems to have gone missing, but they're talking about the Italeri kit. Yeah, okay. I'll read that through and make sense of it. But yeah, most recent Kuba wagon was the Hero Hobby model kits in 2016, right? And bum 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 bum. I'm just trying to see what these. Yeah, sorry. Jet scale models. He's saying that he's posted something. Then he's saying ignore the first sentence. So don't worry. We'll pick it apart and come up with a come up with a solution to that anyway. But I think the point is, jet scale models, is that we're not building necessarily the best Kuba kit out there. This is a kit that is relatively easy, relatively widespread, easy to build, and cheap. And I think it's fun for people to grab one of them and kind of do that. So yeah. All right, I get the Italeri Kuba type thing. Still an active kit. The model has appeared under several brands and numbers in the last 30 years and has been far outdistanced by Tamiya and Dragon technology. The predominant features include short spokes on the spare tire mount, which should be long, turn single signal indicators mounted on windshield, spotlight, no side holes for jack, bolts on rear cross member, no crossbars on towing hooks, and full length ribs on the engine cover and stowage. Yeah, probably not right, but this is the kit we're going to be building anyway, and I think a lot of people will just build it and have fun anyway. So anyway, John Huston has said, here we go, I just ordered one for under a tenner. That's the spirit, John. Excellent. So that's it. This is going to be our little project. Ignore the date. That's being pushed back by another 12 days or so. So it is going to be the Italeri 1 hour Kugelwagen challenge. And we are going to see how much of that kit we can assemble in an hour. And I think it can, well, it can be done. I know it can be done because I've built that in ridiculously quick time. And then we'll get round to painting it and weathering it. We'll do that separately. And also some of the accessories as well. I personally, I would like to use up every single gosh darn bit in that kit, including the tent and the figures. So, you know, we will, and then we will rock you, but we will show you what can be done with it. And I think this is the point. I know some people get start going on about, well, there are better kits and blah 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 blah, but I think sometimes it's fun to show what can be done with a cheap basic kit. And you know, I can see the point that Jet Scale Models is making, that there's all manner of things wrong with that Italeri kit. Yes, there are, but we're gonna work around them or ignore them and just build yeah, it says not meaning to rivet count, just sharing miniatures review special edition guide to the Kugelwagen in World War II. Yeah, no, absolutely. But we would be building it from a completely different perspective from what they're building it. So, but they're all relative. They're all relative and relevant points of view. So, but yeah, we're not going to build the most accurate Kugelwagen. We're just going to say to people, get your knife out. We're going to build a Kugelwagen. So anyway, there we go. So there you go. Yeah, there's a perfect answer. John Huston says, I don't look for accuracy in 30-year-old basic kits, 40-plus-year-old basic kits. And it's just a fun build. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, actually. So see how many people we can get to get on board to build this. And like I say, if you've not built anything for ages, or you're I'm doing a Dennis Norden here, if you're one of those people who if you're somebody who's just like, oh, I don't think I can build something, or I haven't built something for ages, or we are literally gonna be building this together. And what I might do is also just keep an eye on, as we're building it, is just keep an eye on how everybody else is getting on, and just seeing if everybody is up to speed and everything. It's not a race, and it's, you know, and it's not meant to be a kind of like a, you know, a kind of like a hurdle thing to you know, to kind of like see who can finish this one off first. But I think it will be, I think it'll be fun, and I think it will be I think it'll be fun, and I think it will be inspirational. And Jet Scale Model says, are we taking bets on if you're going to finish this one? Lol. Trust me. Failure is not an option. This thing builds itself. And yeah, it's very good. This is the point, it's old, but it's a good vintage kit, and it just goes together beautifully. Right. Hey, hi JM. Do you think Edward might go back to decent decals that we can use? I see limited edition boxes not selling. I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask Edward. What I would say is that I think it's a change they have gone. It's a change to the product they've gone down, and they may, if it starts to impact on sales, then no, it's I think it's a false economy, but that's just my personal opinion. Crazy Loca says, all right. Autogot can stop twisting my arm. Already ordered for $25 with shipping. Excellent. Jim made me do it. And John Huston says, when I first built plastic kits, I wouldn't know how accurate the actual kit was. Many of my references came from the little Commando comics. Do you know what? That's one of the things is these days, it's not so much that I care less and less about accuracy, but I do find myself caring less and less about accuracy. And certainly with this, with this Kugelwagen, I'm sure somebody could tell me that they're the wrong hubcaps or the wrong tires, or you need to replace this or you need to replace that. Yeah, I probably do. But do you know what? I'm just going to build it, and I'm just going to enjoy the process of building a kit straight from the box. So, and Crazy Locus says there is even the Quinta 3D dash for it if you want to detail it. Yeah, I'm just going to build it. I'm going to build it straight from the box. It's just going to be just have a look. Yep. No. So I'm just seeing some of the comments here. No, it is just going to be literally. We're just gonna slam it together, and I think you will be surprised how good that kit looks for its age, and how good it looks when you just switch your critical brain off and just build it. Not saying we should do that all the time, because obviously some of us like to have our critical brains switched on, but I think in this instance, this is just a kind of like kick your shoes off, pour yourself a glass of something. Let's build this. Let's build this Kugelwagen. I'm also just having a quick think. Always a dangerous thing. I mean, do we keep it to a Wednesday or do we switch it to a Friday? We've got time to adjust that. So anyway, right. Well, that's really it, folks. I'm just reading some of the comments here. No, that's fine. That's fine. So, as we said, we are going to be doing. Oops, Daisy. We are going to be building the Italeri Kugelwagen. There it is. That's literally it. That is it. And as you can see from the instructions, it's probably less complex than the Airfix 00HO1 in the reconnaissance set. And that's it. And then you get the tent with Rommel and his pith helmeted friend. And that's it. It's just ridiculously simple kit to build. And I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. So ignore the date. That's going to be Wednesday now. Wednesday, April the 12th. So yeah. Okay, look. Okay, it says suddenly going a bit Michael Caine, but there we go. That is the project that we're going to get up. We're going to start that up on Wednesday, the 12th of April. Andy King says, where are we posting images of the Kugelwagen build, JM? Hopefully on the Facebook feed. Hopefully on the Facebook feed. If not, I'll set up a thread and you can post them there. It's not the best thing the way Facebook Meta keep messing around with posting and things. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, Andy. Don't worry. And Crazy Locust says, and Jim, I like the idea of the tent, and also went with Italy, same price at Sprue Brothers. So there we go. Everybody's happy. Excellent. Right. Well, we will catch you all again in a week's time to talk about our. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I don't know whether I'm going to be building that boxing or whether I'm going to be building one of my more recent boxings. It's still the same kit. I just happen to like that boxing. But yeah, one vintage Italy kit, and we are going to build it. And yeah, and we're going to do it live on the internet. So that's it. You've had enough of me. I'm going to love you and leave you, and we will catch up on. I'm just trying to think what day of the week we are. We're Sunday, so we're going to try and catch up on Wednesday, if possible. Until then, it just remains to say thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. Get yourself an Italy 35th scale Kugelwagen, and we will be, well, we'll certainly catch you on Wednesday. But until then, stay out of trouble. See you then. Bye for now.